How's it going, ladies and bros? It's Bobby Sixkilla. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. It is well, actually, I'm not too sure what we're going to do at this stage. We've got a bunch of stuff in our inventory. We could finish reading our case notes or damaged ledger. Oh, there you go. We can read the case file with 92% probability. That seems pretty good. Pretty good chance to me. Yes, you can piece them together using an alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41. Then the date of initialization and the time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120117000, the next world mural. Wait, HDB 41 weren't those officer precinct? Well, yes, your precinct number is 41. And HDB? Every last alphanumeric in your files begins with it. And these are your case files. And it's safe to say that HDB are your initials. Ooh. Horace Debbie Beringer, Haram Darjan Binzikin. Wow, I don't know what to say to that. I got nothing here either. Logic really isn't the best faculty you've got with this conversation, but it's the one you got, so sorry. How long does it take to read a case? It takes half an hour to piece one together, using the system you devised. Where do you want to start? Oh no. Alright, let's do the first one then. This one's relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight in 1202, a mural, appears on the 8-story tenement overlooking General Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Cowron. Cause of failure? Rent too high. The mural is enormous. Two silhouettes, a man and woman, are kissing. The text cut next into their form reads, "True love is possible. Only in the next world for new people. It is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class." People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk got clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffitio crew is easy to track down. Only the Belles Lettres have the litterage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffitio artists is rumoured to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains unknown. Wait, do I ever find who came up with it? The case files do not show your findings on the author of the design. Read on. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner JV is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organised by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote, although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rumbling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between the two options. Oh, I don't know. People want it down. Remove the mural? A staggering 78% of the voters chose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love is truly possible in the next world for new people, and it's too late for us. Oh, nice. All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in the quarter, an agreement as well. What do you want to tackle next? The unsolvable case? Ooh, breakthrough imminent. AKA Leslie and Burke, AKA the public indecency drunk and property damage drunk, is a cursed case. It's been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. You were so drunk you didn't remember what it was when you signed on. That or you were high. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you cannot lock them away, because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage in rearview mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s is hard to tell because of their distorted features. It's a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression. Can we just keep them off the streets? You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Perdition, because that's where the action is. Can you keep yourself off the streets? Threatening fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get a local gang of Zemlyakis to take them out. The Zemlyakis gave them ethanol so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they haven't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV and Special Consultant TH, had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street, because there they are, on the corner of perdition. And what is Leslie doing? Public indecency. Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things. And in fact, they're both drunk. The fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. Yeah. You must have it confused with the property he likes to damage, which joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face, then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who at this point is tending to Burke. Killed them, they broke it. He came at us. And at us, I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You smash it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burko can't walk away anymore. Can't get out of his apartment. An invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved. Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one? Kind of, but what is this breakthrough? Oh, a long way home. Well, it's not done yet, though, but it's close. Or is it done? Lonesome long way home. Let's rewind. Tracy drunken steps back home. Oh. Well, I'm not sure if we need to keep reading our things, I think, our cases. Ah, dear. The square bullet hole murders. It would be very interesting to read about those, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks on a rocking chair with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape. But that's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was a square shape, you never found the bullet, and then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead. A sequence killer? Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next? One day you may still can catch the man with the square gun. The couch in an unexpected location. Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it, in the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway, you know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it. They actually look like assholes. Insufferable dicks. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you gotta complain about the damn sofa or couch or whatever it was. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it, where they took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch, you had to clean it all up. And you did. So congratulations to you, case solved. Did I ever catch those guys? No. You didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You didn't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next? Murder at the hookah parlor. Or hookah parlor, should I say. Murder, tam, at the hookah parlor. Was the case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor. Right, on with the murder. Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. He was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister. Was on it for like a month. The captain got impatient. Shit, we'll get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot, not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. Toughest we ever had. Go on. Okay, so this case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere. And you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlour. You know, those places where you go to smoke bubblegum flavoured vapour all day. Can you get high off it? No, it's soot and water vapour. It doesn't do anything. Stupid. Yeah, so anyway, a young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open right on the floor of the hookah parlour in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters, no one exits. He's just sucking on the watermelon hookah all morning. All noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 3:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open. Blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Nils has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour? Girl at the counter did it? Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlour. You see cushions around the table. Table's low, heavy. Really sharp edge. He sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table and died? See? You can't even read that thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turned off your brain's oxygen supply. And you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom. And what was he doing there for 6 hours? Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script maybe? Anyway, that was murder at the hookah parlour. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective. And about 30 minutes has passed piecing it together. Next. Okay, we're done. Oh, we got more shit. Browse the yellow papers. In the back you see thin translucent copier paper, some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes like marching armies. These look like official forms waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out according to type of form. What types of forms are there? 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. Misconduct fine? A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Several cases allow for 1,000 real, but it requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague. Station call. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at a specified precinct police station. Below the call are criminal charges you risk by not appearing. Field autopsy. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in colour. You see the parameters of a deceased human form, waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs, colour of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs. Yes, all that remains is to fill in those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. No, don't smell the ledger. Why would you do that? That's insane. It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. There's a lot to read into here. Actually, look at the content. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about the broken toss-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? Political capital by masking my badass hustling. The mug didn't belong in the trash. It was just a funny mug. This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm not going to use it as an example of what not to do. But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work. Just finish your case, detective. Okay. Sorry. What's the plan now? Oh, we got the thought complete. Nice. So we can find our home now? Here we go, home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past Boogie Street, spearhead to the other side of the lake. The Frozen Eye at the centre of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner, there at the end of the street, lined with pine trees, a small house, no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone, and so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You gotta get back to work. That's all you have now. Learning cap for perception raised to 5. Nice. Speed gives 1 psi. Oh, so you can forget stuff as well. Oh, maybe we can learn advanced race theory then if we have to. I don't really want to still. It's nice that we can forget stuff though. We still got points to spend as well, but I mean, we don't really need anything right now. What's the next step? We need to go and... we can look at the thing in the headlights of the car. Look at the ledger, the secret text on the car. Best bet to get somewhere. Okay, we need to... Kim, how do I turn on the headlights? He turns the preheater on, waits, turns out there's keys and says, alright, ready. I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater. The dashboard lights up with an orange glow. Rounds per minute gauges jump and the engine of the Capri Kanema comes to life with a whiny growl. Press the button labelled headlights. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light on the ground before the vehicle. Okay. Close the door. Now, in theory, we should be able to... As you hold up your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid, and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you. There she is, Revocol West. There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice. Around the borders of the watermark are a dozen, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. Look at the shimmering street grid. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revocol are still recognisable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. Wait, look around you. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries in the distance. A child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry. In the middle of a broken plaza, in the cone of light barely visible in the daytime, two men, one slim and one rather sturdy. They're on the city stage, but only one of them knows his lines. Ah, Martinez. He smells the air and says, "Where are we on this?" Let me see. He takes a ledger for a moment and inspects it. Right here, he says, his finger near the top of the map, on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. Seems nice. No, it does not, the lieutenant says with optimism. Look at the perforations. There are many of them, and are divided into 3 separate rows. Tally up the rows. First row is 18 dots. What about the next one? The next is the longest, and runs all the way around the border and then some. Count them individually. You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you, but you can't say why precisely. What about the last row? The last row is 3 perforations. That's it? Hey Kim, what do these holes mean? Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They're your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you kept a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look. Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do, it's meant. Son, here's where we score your life performance. But I hope it's good. First row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Do you really think I have any idea? Fair point, let's move on, shall we? The next row, this one wraps all the way around as your number of closed cases. Closed is good, it means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200. Is that a lot? It's quite a lot. Even for someone who's been in the force for nearly 2 decades, usually clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. It used to be good. That was some solace, I guess. What's the last number? Right, those are your confirmed kills. You got precisely 3 perforations here. Confirmed kills, that sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling. It's not too many? For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent. Have you ever killed anyone, Kim? Yes, he says, declining to elaborate. How do you handle the strain? Everyone has their own method for coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. He gives you a meaningful look. Personally, I find it helps to keep a few hobbies. Like what? Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it. Maybe I should find a hobby. Anything's better than annihilating yourself with drugs and alcohol. Thanks for this. The lieutenant nods. Okay, let's go. Right, I'll turn off the lights. He presses a remote control on the key. Guess there's a key on the remote control. You know what I mean. So what do we got? Read your ledger and name in the case. Oh, we still haven't... And name the case. So we still haven't found that. So we still got more to find in the ledger, do we? We put the clothes in the trash. We're going to ask Kuno or Gate. I guess we'll go ask Gate about that. I want to go talk to some people because I've spent too much time standing around talking to myself. Which is good and all, you know. But I need time to get the coffee in me. Who are you? Who's this guy? He wasn't there before, was he?
Can I help you?
Here's your trash container key. Thanks. Hope you find what you were looking for. I found the victim's clothes. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you're sleepwalking or in a fugue state. Could someone on your staff have put them there? Or who else has the keys to the trash container? The trash collection service? CS Municipal? I don't see why they would put anything in the trash though. Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. On Clinton Street near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops by a rusted trash container. Two men, their faces rough and swollen, jump out. They look at the container, despondently. CSM is written on their backs. He turns to the man. Thank you anyway. Did someone of your staff put it there? Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. Maybe you don't remember putting them there. He grimaces. I think fugue states are more your forte, officer. Oh, that's not very nice. Alright, what's the next step then? Who are we going to talk to now? We could talk to Kuno, I suppose. I really don't want to, though. Kuno's such a wanker. Call the station Lazarus in order to make out your health issues. I guess I could do that as well. We'll go do that and we'll go talk to Kuno. I really want to avoid prescribing to this whole racist theory thing to get past that guy. There has got to be a better way. There's got to be another way. You know? Let's go talk to Kuno. I'm gonna regret this.
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
I think we'll move past that by now, Kuno. Not all of us. Kim shakes his head. Acts like that stick with you for a while. No one's moving anywhere. Do this shit again and Kuno's gonna climb into your room at night with a knife. He points towards whirling in rags and whispers. Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig who fucked his window up? I'm gonna climb in through that balcony and put the fucking knife in you. Yeah, he mouths. I've been in your room. Kid raises his voice. But you and Kuno are good for now, pals. Shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time. You don't threaten me. One word out of you, pig shit, and you're locked out of the Kuno experience forever. You hear me? You hear the Kuno? Fine. And we're back in business with Kuno. What is it? I talked to the gardener. She said, oh no. Oh, I don't have any empathy, so I can't do that. I have more questions about the crime scene. The dead man's clothes were in the trash container. How did they get there? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Right, I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene. Listen, he stops you. Kuno doesn't care about the small-time shit, just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. He points to his pants. Your size, good price, 500 real. Wait, I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen them lying around. Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around. Except for that something up there. He points to the cadaver. Now you want your performance gear or not, Grandpa? The lieutenant remained silent, but his expression couldn't say, I told you so, any louder. No, Kuno, you don't know anything about tampering. I'm investigating and already have pants. Whatever, Kuno was trying to help you. But you're too fat for fallen anyway, pig. There's also a mug in the trash. The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yes, it is a racist. Does the racist mug have anything to do with it? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got a fast brain. He whispers excitedly. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker? Because he's the clothes fucker. Can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno. That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene. Clean some of it up. Shit, that's tense. He thinks for a moment. Someone going to the beat-down basement, huh? My guy got to get tied to the radiator. He nods in approval. Kid may have something here. He's already come up with an interrogation technique, too. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can tell Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2 together here. Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Let's get... She lets out a hiss. Even meaner than before. Get away from Kuno. Yeah, Kuno jumps back. Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done out of Kuno's face. I talked to the gardener. She said not to listen to you. Pig. Kuno slaps his forehead. Do you have any idea how fucking stupid that sounds? Kuno's cruising his bitch on the town. And the bitch comes back griefing to the Kuno? What's up with that? Get the fuck out of here, fat ass. Those pants are too small for you. Okay, I'm off. Kuno doesn't fucking care. Alright. Well, that was a fun conversation. Oh, we still need to go through the ledger some more then, I guess. We need to track down our gun and our badge. Oh, we'll do the call out station thing. We can do that from the car. And then we'll be pretty much out of time again. Man, it's hard to get anything done in half an hour in this game. It really is. It's slow going. Radio. Alice, please connect me to Station 41's Lazarus. It will take a moment, officer. Her voice fades into the familiar radio static. You hear a man clearing his throat briskly, and then the answer. Gottlieb, what do you want? I was told to call to Lazarus. People are worried about me. Oh, the man is unpleasantly surprised. It's you. You know who I am? Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me. Sure, but can you tell me about myself, as in who I am? Who you are. You lost your human visage a while back. Well, let's get on with it. I've got more important things to do. I lost my memory, all of it. With the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised. You're not surprised? Okay. Anything else? What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You got a whole new life now. Use it wisely. It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care. Isn't there anything you can do for me? What do you want me to do? Blood work for you? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body? I might as well get back to work, I guess. Do that, I need to go. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanocryolite. It looks like Mac Tyson. But it's hard to say because his eyes are swollen. It's not fucking cryoactylate. It's super glue, Doc. Cryoactylate is super glue, okay. The phone clicks. Suddenly you hear the already familiar voice. Anything else I can help you with? I need you to help me need you to connect me to a civilian, a Sylvie. She may have reported a murder. Of course, what's your number, officer? Kim, didn't Garte give you Sylvie's number? Yes, hold on. The lieutenant takes a look at his notes. Her number is 005-1944-298. Received. Hold on, officer. Start slapping a marching rhythm on your thighs. Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone. Officer, she finally returns. I have Sylvie Malika on the line for you. Yes, hello. Female voice greets you through the static. Sounds like she's a million miles away from you. Hello, this is the police calling. I have some questions for you about your last days at work. Oh, right. She recognizes your voice almost immediately. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it. You quit your job at the Whirling. Why? You mean, why did I leave the bar? You can hear her tense up on the other side. Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Why not? Okay, did you leave because of Gate? What? She stops abruptly. No, why would you even think that? So you agree that quitting your job is just because someone asked you out is just an overreaction. You told me that he asked you out. Are you saying it didn't happen? Please, don't bring Gate into this. It's none of your business. I already told you I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. Was it you who called the police? No, not me. But why didn't you call the police? Didn't a corpse behind your workplace bother you? What? Of course it bothered me, but I thought the union already knew about the corpse. What does this union have to do with anything? No one calls the police. You can hear her adjust the receiver in hand. The union would get angry. What do you mean by that? You know. She seems to be looking for words. What the union says goes. People listen to them. And they take care of their own, which is like everyone else. Wait, Kim. Is she speaking truth? The union is law around here? Tell me, why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your backyard for weeks instead of calling us? I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. Push her further. Show her the error of her ways. What others? The other people who live around here. Local people. I didn't want trouble. Okay, I understand. You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the union internally. You hear static. Her chin rub against the receiver. Then, please, I just didn't want any trouble. Alright. Do you know who made the call? No, sorry, I don't. She clears her throat. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone, or the one at the coast. So the union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it. There was someone else. The lieutenant makes a note. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. Might just take a while. Have you seen my badge? Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law. This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again. My badge is missing. Have you seen it anywhere? Oh, no, I haven't. Sorry. Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Kim doesn't have a uniform and he seems real to me. He's in plainclothes. Voluntary. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is. Have you seen my gun? Please, no, not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective. She sounded beyond exacerbated. I showed you my gun? When did it happen? You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and she stops hesitantly. Not sure if she could continue. Sounds like it's gonna be bad. Do you really want to know? And what? What did I do? You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you. And then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic. Oh, those again. I've been trying to wean you off those. Off what? Yeah, no, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out. Off of that. People don't like that. I remember this. You were screaming things like, my brains are all over the walls, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, because these are my brains, and I can't see without my brains. Very nice visuals there. People tried to back away from you or slip out the door, but you screamed, I am the goddamn law, and you have to listen to me, and you're all suspects in a murder investigation. Oh, God. Yes, but what happened to my gun? No idea. All I know is, next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, big bucks cannot lie, and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask. Have you seen my policeman uniform? Okay, I think that's good enough. Why does she seem angry with you? 42%? I say we give it a crack. Nope. No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy, like Gate. Okay, but I'm a guy. Sure it isn't about me. Trust me, you wouldn't want to be the guy here. You know how it is. Yak, yak, nag, nag. No, you're the guy. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turn into a spinster. I'm happy to help, but maybe I could do so without all this internalized misogyny. What misogyny? I'm just telling things the way they are. Can't a man be honest in his own head anymore? You have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to calm that hysteric down. Tell it you've got everything under control, then go have a little boy's talk with Gata himself. Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love? No. You're just a gimp. What, you want to be more empathetic? Nothing's wrong, it's just sexuality. Oh god. Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else? Thank God for that. You to run a serial number from a pair of armoured boots. Sure, officer, what's the number? And the make of the armour if you know it. E50, 100, 1000. The make and model of the armour is Fairweather T500 VE. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. The Insane Clown Posse. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll dig up something useful by then. The Internal Collaboration Police is an intersolidary law enforcement service. The crown jewel in the, oh my god, moral intern diadem alongside EPIS and the coalition government. 57, over and out. Her voice disappears into a void. Alright, we're done. And we're done with this episode. We need to wrap this one up here. That was embarrassing. Jeez. We're such tossers. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting out for me, and I'll see you in the next one.